Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword puzzle. And today we've got the Saturday Stumper. This is my weekly character building session where I get a good lesson in humility, find out I'm not as smart as I think I am, and then I watch the puzzle again, watch the video of my solve and realize there are lots of things I was missing when I went through it the first time. Typically I'll need a couple of hints to solve this. This appears every Saturday in a number of platforms. I'm solving it on Monday morning. I like to save it for Mondays. Matthew Sewell is this week's constructor. There's a variety of constructors that do this. Stanley Newman always edits the puzzle, and I think it's his editing that makes it as difficult it is. There's a lot of ambiguity to the clues. So let's see what we've got. So I think I needed 2, maybe 3 hints to solve it last week. Let's see if we can do it hint-free this week. Let me get the timer started. There we go. One across. Intro for the word. Is that some kind of biblical word? Don't know. 14 across is inventory reduction. That could be a sale. Everything must go kind of thing. 17 across. Sweep across. No. A 20 across is high-profile gridiron performer. This is a longish answer. Don't know the answer to that one. One down. Stallone in The Expendables. He was in that movie. Was he the star of it? Maybe it's star. 2 down. Where arches are an attraction. Arches is one of the national parks in Utah. Let me guess that. It is a guess. 3 down. Loses successfully for a competition. You lose successfully for a competition. Like take a dive? Is that what that means? 4 down. Enjoy night courses with a question mark. Courses usually or can often mean courses of a meal here. So this could be have dinner, eat dinner, something like that. Intro for the word. Inventory reduction. Okay. If it's not sale. Can't think of anything that would fit with a T there. 17 across, sweep across. No. Okay, let's try this section. 5 across is palpable. Palpable means you can feel it. You can sense it. It's real. Maybe real. 15 across, buffalo, abutment. To abut means to be next to something. Is it Lake Erie? Lake Erie, I think, abuts the city of Buffalo. Not sure. 18 across, mojito adjuncts. Okay, we've got abutment and adjuncts. Adjunct is something you add to something else, isn't it? It's together with it. Like an adjunct professor is attached to the university, but not technically part of the full-time faculty, I think. So what is something you add to a mojito? A lime on the rim? It's a longish answer. No, not clicking there. Okay, 20 across, that was the high-profile gridiron performer. 22 across is yearn for. Although I'm yearning to shout my burning, the words come tiptoeing awfully. 5 down is guts. 6 down is Atlantican princess of filmdom. What films have we got set in Atlantis? The Aquaman franchises? I don't know who the princess was in those films. 7 down, word from Old Norse for rod. So I'm not getting that one. 8 down, roaming browsers. Roaming browsers. Looky-loos. I'm not sure about real for palpable. All right. Yeah, this is the way the Saturday Stumper videos usually start. It takes me a while to get anything in the grid. 9 across. 2-time pianist on Bennett albums. I assume that's Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett and who would play piano for him? I don't know. 16 across, paint a picture. 9 down is any among 400,000 species. Nope, 10 down. Unexpectedly. Why is it in quotation marks? And then 11 down. Surrender to pressure. To fold, to cave. What's a three-letter word that means that? Sag. 12 down. Put to bed. Put could be present or past tense. To end something is to put it to bed. 13 down. Long distance callers with a question mark. No. 16 across. Paint a picture. And mojito adjuncts. It might end in an S. And 13 down was long distance callers. Yeah, so it's probably ending in an S as well. Long distance callers. Nope, not clicking there. 19 down is sources of light. Okay, let's try this section. 22 across, yearn for. 26 across, I've got it for now. Don't got this puzzle for now. 26 down, well done. Loses successfully. I don't know what that means. I think this is eat late, eat supper, eat dinner. Neither of those fit. 30 across is digs beneath one's level. Undermines. Something like that. 33 across is class divisions. I would say casts, but we need another letter for that. Class divisions. Are they divisions in a school class? No. Are they years? Like the year you graduate is what class you are. 37 across, part of a routing section. No, 40 across, masterfully defeated. No, 30 down is service members. Service can mean a lot of different things. Military service or a religious service or something like that. Or tennis. 26 down, well done. No, let's try over here. 23 across is patent. 27 across, aggressive outburst. Nope, 27 down, dragged in. 28 down is to blank. 19 down, sources of light. 24 down, out of time. And 25 down, multi-MC battle participant. A battle that has multiple masters of ceremony. Is that a rap battle? Would you have multiple MCs for a rap battle? Rapper fits. I don't know why you would need multiple MCs for a rap battle. Wouldn't one MC introduce both contestants? 29 down. It's not far from Carson National Forest. Kit Carson explored Nevada and Colorado. Or maybe either, so maybe it's Reno or Elko, maybe a place in Nevada. If this were, no, that wouldn't fit here. If there were an N, abbreviated exemplar. 32 across is potable heady topper. Potable. Potent potable. We're looking for potent potable. Potable means drinkable. Heady topper. Why is it capitalized? A drinkable heady topper. I don't know what it is, but I'm thinking one of those hats that has the beer cans on it, and then the tubes go down into your mouth. 35 across, abbreviated exemplar. I'm going to take out wrapper. I just don't know what it is. Okay. Abbreviated exemplar. Former designation of Bavaria and Saxony for 38 across. I think they are now states in the German Federation, the Bund. Were they Palatinates before? Was there a Palatinate of Bavarian Saxony? That's the region of the world where we used to have Palatinates. It's a guess, but let's leave it in, see what happens. 40 across, masterfully defeated. 43 across is two-nation island. Haiti and the Dominican Republic share the island of Hispaniola, so that doesn't fit. Where else have we got that going on? Can't think. 45 across, laser printer hotspot. 44 across is line on a list. List is a composer. Franz Liszt, I think. Hungarian Rhapsodies kind of comes to mind. Line on a list. And masterfully defeated. All right, nothing is clicking for those. What about here? 46 across. Oscar category for The Incredibles. An animated film, so animated feature or animation, animated film. Could be. 51 across, Vera Wang, but not Christian Dior. So both designers, but one is something that the other is not. Female, Vera Wang, possibly Chinese or something like that. Not Christian Dior, no. 55 across is transport launched on E-Day, 1957. Don't know what that is. 58 across, goes ahead. No, 51 down. What could once be bought for a few bucks at Disneyland's Art Corner? This is maybe a cell of animation. That's a three-letter word that you might buy at an art corner at a Disney park based on animation. Okay, 52 down, tributary lines would be an ode, a tribute to someone. 53 down, IMF HQ. The International Monetary Fund is headquartered where? I don't know. We need three letters. 41 down, ran out. Elapsed, ran out. 42 down is responsible drinking brand. They all say please drink responsibly, don't they? Responsible drinking. No, what about here? 58 across, goes ahead, leaves. 55 across, a transport launched on E-Day. I can't think what E-Day means. And what is a transport that would start in 1957? Some kind of aircraft, like a Pan Am Clipper or something. 51 across, Vera Wang, but not Christian Dior. IMF HQ. Ran out. Yeah, I like a D there. Maybe an E here. Edsel was a brand of Ford car. Edsel was Henry Ford's son. The Edsel did not sell very well, but I think there was a lot of hype around the launch. Yeah, so maybe the launch of the Edsel was called E-Day, E for Edsel. IMF headquarters could be in the USA, maybe, probably. Ran out. There's a word like couturier. So if we use the feminine variant of it, couturière or couturieuse, something like that. Would this be a T? Ran out. Maybe another U here. Responsible drinking. Could this be O'Doul's non-alcoholic beer? All right, let's take out animated film. Pretty confident about Edsel and Leeds. And I like an ED ending for 41 down. Let's try O'Doul's. Are they non-alcoholic or light alcoholic? But anyway, that could be a way to drink responsibly. If you enjoy the taste of beer, but you want to not consume alcohol, maybe you would drink responsibly with an O'Doul's. Masterfully defeated. Line on a list. So, Oscar category. I think this might be couture something. 38 down is orchidee, for example. I don't know what an orchidee is. Is it some kind of flower related to an orchid, like a small orchid? Is it a bird? Is it a piper? Something that begins with P. Although I don't know the Palatinate is right. Line on a list. Oscar category. Voice acting, maybe. No. 47 down is small score, and 48 down is small store. A small score. Score can be to mark something, to make a scratch in a surface. Could it be a nick? A small score, small store, shop. Makes sense for that. Campbell's, for instance, is that soup? Certain skirt. Maybe a kilt. Small store. A mini mart? I like soup for Campbell's. Let's see, 45 down is uncultivated. No, 39 down, thoughtful investigator. 35 down, formal presentation. 36 down is networking attachments. No. 54 across, trendy vinaigrette ingredient. That's probably extra virgin. Olive oil, that is trendy. 57 across, falls open. Falls open, like an S ending. 60 across, common wall panel part. Nope. Networking attachments. 24 down, out of time. 49 down is North Bay County. The north part of the San Francisco Bay. What is a county up there? 50 down, point. Your point is... No. Okay, well, I had some confidence about this corner, but it's not giving me a lot to work with here. I think couturière. Couturier for a man and couturière for a woman. Then what is a small store? What if this were soup? No, what do I have here? I had Nick. And just looking at kilt, maybe suddenly think of Scottish, the Clan Campbell. Okay, then a deli for a small store. Uncultivated, so, well, rural. But then that, uncultivated means that there's no agriculture there. So wouldn't that be the opposite of rural? Or maybe it's kind of uncultivated in terms of urban sophistication. Maybe. Okay. Rural, I think, might fit there. Oscar category. This does not click at all. A thoughtful investigator. Hmm, 45 across. Laser printer hotspot. Just don't even know what that means. Somebody who investigates thoughts, like a clairvoyant, or therapist, or I'm not sure. Okay, well, I keep liking these answers, and they just don't help me at all. What is an orchidee? Maybe something I have to look up. Anyone down? Party host of Brit Lit. So I think we're looking for a work of British literature, and we need to find somebody who hosted a party, like Mr. Fezziwig from Christmas Carol. Who else would host a party? 27 down, dragged in. Look what the cat dragged in. I'm doubting Paladin at 28 down, 2 blank. Yeah, let's take out Paladin. What other types of forms of government do we have in? Is it like a duchy or a principality or something like that? A province? No. What would an Oscar category be for The Incredibles? None of these, it just doesn't fit. Found. O'Doul sure makes sense for responsible drinking. Okay, let's go back up to the top here. Intro for the Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. The Word was God. That doesn't help. 14 across. Inventory reduction. Let's take out Utah. Why did I put that in? Where arches are an attraction. Where else would arches be an attraction other than Arches National Park? Let's try Sale for inventory reduction. I like Star. Okay, let's try that. Maybe if we make Sylvester Stallone the Star in the Expendables. Or was Frank Stallone in that? Or is it some other Stallone? Say the word. To sweep across. No, nothing is clicking here. Mum's the word. That puts Utah back in. Mum's the word, so that's a word that can go before the word. We need to cut inventory. We need to sweep across, to pan, to loses success. Oh, is this like a weight loss competition or cutting weight for like a wrestler has to make weight so they successfully lose pound before a competition? Loses successfully, makes weight. I think that is what it is called. Yes, okay, I like that. Sweep across, to rake. Like raking with gunfire, maybe? The Expendables, they were mercenaries in that film, weren't they? I haven't seen it, but I think they played mercenaries, so he was a merc. Inventory reduction. Et al.? That's an abbreviation for the people who maybe you're giving like a list of names, the inventory of whatever, and you reduce that list by saying et al. I kind of like that. So enjoy night courses to sleep. Eat. Is that a thing, like sleepwalking, but you sleep, eat, you have courses of a meal at night? Okay. Then high-profile gridiron performer. A cheerleader. Maybe. Something like that, maybe. Yearn for. I yearn for. I aspire, but not spire. I've got it for now. I've got it for now. Sweet? No. Digs beneath one's level. And class divisions. A class in school might be divided into units, I think, maybe, okay? Service members. Nuns? Members of a religious order, not really service. Well done. I've got it for now. Running through the alphabet in my mind. Yeah. Part of a routing section. Is this rooting it for a sports fan, or rooting like digging roots of a tree or something? And service members might end in an S. Masterfully defeated. And line on a list. List probably wrote a lot of etudes. So maybe a list of his work might have a category for etudes. I kind of like that. Then ran out. Punted? Bunted? No. Ran out. This could be to run out of a product or something, or you left in a hurry. You darted. I feel like I'm missing something here. An orchidee. If this is an S, no, cheer, I think this is what's going to be. Cheer something. 21 down, boisterous play. Boisterous play. Okay, well, I thought I had. I feel like I'm making inroads into things, and then nothing else seems to click. Nuns is the only thing I can think of here for service members. They're not really service members, though. H, again, running through the alphabet here. L, M, O, P. Do you have runs in a service? Sons? No. Okay. I should be able to get these. Masterfully defeated. Is it a word like schwacked? Really got schwacked last night. Well, oh, nice. Might fit for well done. This were a D and this were an E. 31 down. Party host of Brit Lit. Did Jane Eyre host parties? Was that her thing? So it could be Jane or Eyre. Either would end in E. Rock with a performance. Kid Rock? Maybe. Dragged in, yeah, I like a D ending for that. Maybe another 28 down, 2 blank. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. You're always a day away. Let's try Erie and see if that helps for the Buffalo abutment. Guts are metaphorically courage or something along those lines. Erica is a name, or Ariel, the mermaid. I kind of like that. That's the Little Mermaid. So not the Aquaman films, but the Little Mermaid. Okay. She was probably an Atlantecan. Sure, why not? Palpable. Word from Old Norse for rod. So we're looking for a word for something that, you know, could be long and straight. Nope. Roaming browsers. I keep wanting to put cheerleaders for, because they perform on a gridiron on the football field and they're, you know, waving pom-poms around, so they're high profile. But it's performer. It's not plural, is it? No, performer. Cheer. Is there another word for cheerleader? Guts. Yearn for. I guess you're spoiling for a fight as you're yearning for a fight. I could probably allow that. Boisterous play, romps, maybe. Oh, I'll cut. I've got the tab. I'll pay this one. I've got it for now. You can pay me later. You owe me. Okay, yes, I like that. Digs. Digs can be dwelling, so maybe cheap, like a cheap apartment, or cheap digs. They're beneath your level. Kind of. Part of a routing section and service members. Pigs root for truffles and food and what? And cups. Part of a tea service would include a kettle and cups and saucers. Okay, yes. Wow, okay, so that's almost the whole left side of the puzzle done. Cheap what? Your digs or your a cheap crib, a cheap flat, a cheap what? Guts. Nope. Party host. And this is rock with a performance. Dragged in and 2 blank. Let's keep working here. 8 down. Roaming browsers. Okay, that's probably an NS. What are browsers that roam? Are they bots or something like that? Is rude. The holy rude. No. 19 down, sources of light. 9 across is a pianist on Bennett albums. Chick Corea is a jazz pianist who may have played with Tony Bennett. Maybe. What are the long distance callers? AM radio? Paint a picture. Unexpectedly. And surrender to pressure. I guess any fabric, when it rips, it is parting under pressure, I guess, maybe. Or do you give in to fear and you run away? Is this lime rinds or roaming browsers? Bees? Do bees browse? I guess they kind of browse for pollen. You might have a lime rind, but again, we're missing a letter here. If this were an L, guts. Bellies for guts. Palpable. That doesn't make any sense. Corvid is a type of bird. There might be 400,000 species of corvid, of crow. It's possible. Paint a picture. No. Okay, I think I've got something wrong there. 40 minutes in. If I could get a few more, I feel like I might break through. Patent. And aggressive outburst. So I don't think this is cheap seats. Digs, I think we're talking about like a residence. I need a cheap place to stay. I need a cheap hotel. I need a cheap stays. Maybe. No. Maybe it is cheap seats. That gives us Jane Eyre for the party host. To wit, to do, to ran out. Orchidee. All right, 41 minutes on the clock. I think I'm going to have to reveal something. I could easily look up what Oscars The Incredible has been nominated for. Okay, let's reveal 46 across. Sound editing. So if you ran out, you busted, you dusted? Still not making that. Maybe orchidée is the French word for orchid. So it is a fleur, a flower, schooled. Oh, and if you ran someone else out of office, I was thinking of me leaving quickly. I jetted, I darted, but no, I ousted someone else. I ran them out of office. Okay, then schooled. We really got schooled last night. We were defeated. Okay, there we go. All right, those all make sense. And it's not rural. It is feral, maybe for uncultivated. Okay, yeah, I'll allow that. Still don't know what the laser printer hotspot is. North Bay County. Is it Napa? Would you put acai in a vinaigrette? Point. The gist of something is the point of it. Okay, I'm going to try acai because I like Napa for the name of a county in the north part of San Francisco Bay. Then falls open. Is that ribs? 60 across, common wall panel part. A slat, maybe. 36 down, networking attachments. And out of time. Falls open. Is it laps open? Doesn't make much sense. All right, thoughtful investigator is a something dent. Are these free states. Okay, don't know much about German history, but maybe they were, it was the Free State of Bavaria and the Free State of Saxony. Okay. Then dragged in and a 2 doesn't make any sense. A student. I'm a student of crossword puzzles, a thoughtful investigator. It's possible. 35 down, formal presentation. And laser printer hotspot. Two Nation Island. Networking attachments. And out of time. I think this is going to be an A. Falls open. Let's put wrapper back in there. The island of something has two nations on it. Aggressive outburst. Patent. And it's not far from Carson National Forest. Maybe he explored New Mexico as well. Taos is a place in New Mexico. Is this a spa? A potable heady topper? I don't know what that means. Abbreviated exemplar. I'm going to give you a demo copy, a sample. Do they call samples sampos? Not that I've ever heard of. Patent. All right, I think I may need to look something else up. Mojito adjuncts. An high profile. Gridiron performer. Unexpectedly. Let me check. I could Google whether Chick Corea ever played on a Tony Bennett album. So let's check that. It is wrong. Let me reveal it then. Count Basie, okay. So it's not a corvid. Surrendered to pressure. 12 down was put to bed. That's not end. And 13 down, long distance callers. Unexpectedly, at once, maybe. Let's try sag, like a building would sag under pressure, or metaphorically, yeah, any person might sag under pressure. Okay. Put to bed. Lime wedges are what we would put on a mojito glass. To ice. Like to kill someone in mobster lingo, I guess could be to put them to bed. Are these extraterrestrials? Are they long-distance callers? ET phone home? Yes, okay. Yeah, that fits with the phrase from the film. Okay, to enact something, to paint a picture, maybe. So maybe it's some kind of bee. Any among 400,000 species. Unexpectedly, and then, and all at once, and poof, or something. Sources of light. Palpable. That's got to be wrong. Barb is the only thing that fits there, and that doesn't mean palpable. Bellies looks right. I like Ariel. Roaming browsers. It just doesn't click. What have I revealed so far? I revealed sound editing. I revealed Count Basie. Rock with a performance. Okay, nothing else I could really look up. So let me reveal this word. Cheerlebrity? What is that? Is that like a famous cheerleader? Cheer is right. I revealed the word. It is cheerlebrity. Not a word I've ever heard before. It's a portmanteau of celebrity and cheerleader, I guess. All right, would never have gotten that. So maybe limb. Limb of a tree could come from rod. Yeah, okay. Then palpable is roaming deer. Are roaming browsers. Yeah, they browse for food and whatnot. Okay. Bald for palpable? Like a bald-faced lie? Okay, I'm not crazy about it. There's a lot of Saturday Stumper answers that kind of aren't quite exact synonyms, but they kind of, you can kind of see what they're getting at. All right, so we'll have to accept that. All right, so that's 3 reveals so far. Sources of light are maybe candle wicks. Are there 400,000 species of beets? What is it? Unexpected, and yet, surely I could always be that way again, and yet. Patently means clearly. If something is patently obvious, it is clearly obviously, so I guess patent could be a synonym for clear. Beetle, okay, I could see 400,000 species of beetle. Yeah, I like that. Aggressive outburst. Take that, you might say. Aggressively in an outburst. All right. Dragged in and to a T. Is it toad? Rock with a performance. I like S. I like this T. Cheap seat seems to make the most sense. It's not yay. I'm not sure. maybe take that as wrong. Let's try these. Out of time. Ahistorical. It did not fit with the historical period you're describing. Abbreviated exemplar, is that inspo? Your inspiration, is that an exemplar? Formal presentation. Timor is divided into West Timor and East Timor, yes. Is this like a fuser or something like that? Sounds like it might be part of a laser printer. It is I, you might say, to present yourself formally. All right, let's try inspo. My inspiration for this is my exemplar. I don't really like that at all. Then name tags are what you attach to yourself at networking events. And that gives us gaps for falls open. It gaps, it falls open. Okay, then take that. Does tamed mean dragged in? And YME for rock with a performance? If I put anything in here, it's going to be a guess, so I'm just going to reveal the word. No, this one. Aw. Okay, well, that tells me that Jane Eyre is wrong. Bellies, I think, is right. I like Free States and Schooled. Toad. Cheap spots. And pair for party host. That's still not right. To awe someone is to rock them with your performance. Cheap spots? Cheap what? A dig can be an insult. Okay, so a cheap shot is an insult that is beneath your level. Hare is a party host. Oh, the March Hare from Alice in Wonderland. All right, let's see if H finishes the puzzle. There we go. Holy cow. So what did I have to reveal? I revealed Cheerlebrity, Count Basie, sound editing. I don't feel too bad about that because that's something I really could have looked up. And then this little center section here, I had to get, I don't know how many did I reveal. I tried a couple things here, got them wrong, then tried something here. So maybe I'll count that as 2. So I think that's a total of 5 hints I used. Still managed to get it done under an hour. I don't like these videos to go over an hour, certainly. Yeah, so another lesson in humility for me today to learn. Yeah, I should have been able to get schooled and ousted. I think I was stuck on ran out as meaning either elapsed, like the time ran out, or you ran out, you departed quickly. There's that third meaning of running someone out of town that I did not consider at all. That might have gotten me ousted, and then I probably could have gotten schooled from that. Pretty pleased with myself for getting couturière from this. That was hard to get. Feral sound editing. Once I had this N and this. I had enough where I thought it should have made me think it might begin with sound, and then that could get me sound editing. And then I was thinking of Napa, but I really liked EVOO, extra virgin olive oil, for the trendy vinaigrette. Ingredient, never heard of acai as a vinaigrette ingredient. I guess it is that trendy that I still haven't heard about it. It takes a while for the trends to catch up with me. All right, that was the Saturday Stumper. Let me know in the comments how you did with this one. I will keep plugging away at the Saturday Stumper. I really like this puzzle. I get frustrated while I'm solving it, And then after I'm done, especially when I rewatch the video, I think, oh, you should have gotten that one. You should have gotten that one. But I feel like it builds character. It really helps me get better at lateral thinking, thinking about the different meanings that words and phrases can have. And sometimes I learn things, like I learned about couturière. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that word exactly. And cheerlebrity, that is a new word for me. I learned about assai. And yeah, I think that's about it. Cheap shots. Yeah, again, another way I was thinking of digs. First, I was thinking of digging with a shovel. Then I was thinking of your digs where you live. There was that third meaning I did not consider. Digs as insults. And Count Basie, of course. Yeah, it's just a name I should have considered. A 5-letter jazz player, Correa, came before Basie, and so I worked with that instead. All right. Thanks for watching. Please come back for more puzzles and games. I'll see you next time.